Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Heavy Cakes. I'm doing this because I decided to do a review on some pasta that I received, and when I got it I thought, it would be really cool if I did maybe a cooking session, like a cook with me type of video for you guys, so you guys could see how the pasta cooks up and how it tastes in real time, or at least edited real time or whatever. So this is kind of a review, but it's also a cooking with me. I'm going to make the pasta and you guys are going to be here with me every step of the way, or most of it. The pasta that I'm reviewing is a low calorie, low carbish pasta, and I'm going to show them to you right now. Okay, so we have, for some of you who might not know, I am trying to actively lose weight. I'm doing a program, it's an old Weight Watchers program, where we calculate from the old points, but that's an entirely different video. If you want to know more about it, maybe I'll do another video and explain you guys exactly what I'm doing. But the goal for me is calorie reduction. Sometimes through calorie reduction, you have to be okay with reducing carbs, reducing fat, and things like that. So the first one I'm going to go through is Fiber Gourmet, and this one has only 130 calories versus the 210 calories that you would find in regular pasta. It has 72% of your daily fiber, so it is very, very, very high in fiber, which is a thumbs up, a plus if you're doing the Weight Watchers / iTrack Bites plan that I'm doing, where you are basically calculating fat, calories, and fiber. So this is very good for me. It has half of the net carbs of regular pasta, so this obviously isn't appropriate for a keto diet, but if you're doing a low carb diet, this is probably good for you. So there you have it. 18 grams of fiber per serving, 130 calories per serving, and 23 grams of carbs per serving, so it's pretty good. I've actually used this. I love it. I am not a huge pasta eater, but I do like it every now and then. I love elbows and I love lasagna pasta, and this to me tastes better than whole wheat pasta. I think this tastes almost the same as regular pasta. Now, I'm not a pasta expert. I don't really care for it that much, but so you probably should take the opinion of someone who loves pasta. But if you can take or leave pasta and you just like it occasionally, this would be good for you. And I know the results of this one. I'm not going to use that today, but I did want to put this out there as an option. This is sold in tons of stores online. I'll leave links below so you can find them, and I'll leave links below for all of the products. Impostable. This is extremely low carb, extremely low calorie. I have had it in the linguine, or this is fettuccine. I can't say that I am it's good if you're low carb. It really is. If you're like keto or low carb, it's good. It's better than I think it's called shirataki, the noodles that are fishy. I could not even, oh my god, no. But these are okay. I think they're better in baked dishes. Like I used to make these in my macaroni and cheese when I was like really low carb, and it came out really, really well. It doesn't have any starch, so you're not gonna get that thickening that you need when you're making things with pasta. But just tossing it with some sauce or in a baked dish, these are really, really good. So these have 65 calories and 36 grams of fiber, 6 grams of protein, and 8 net carbs per serving. 65 calories is amazing. I'm willing to take the drawbacks to have a pasta dish that has 65 calories per 2-ounce serving. That's amazing. And these are what we're going to be using today. These are from the Great Low Carb Company. These are also low carb. Are these low calorie? They are low calorie. They're at 100 calories per 2 ounces. So out of all of them, the Fiber Gourmet has the most calories at 130, but I mean, it's negligible once you have a full dish. So we're gonna be using, I think, the fettuccine today because we're gonna be making chicken spaghetti. And I know this isn't spaghetti, but we're gonna make it work anyway. 1 gram of fat, 25 carbs, and 18 grams of fiber. Or anything like that. I don't eat gluten-free, so it doesn't matter to me, but it matters to people who are low carb for some strange reason. You guys have at it, but none of these are free of wheat proteins. So, you know, yeah, none of these are free from wheat, so you're out of luck if you're gluten-free. Sorry, can't help you. I actually can't help you. I have some gluten-free pasta that my husband, he really likes it. It's Banzo chickpea pasta. It's really good, and it's less in carbs and calories than regular pasta. So that's also an alternative if you're gluten, if you don't want to eat wheat. Use the Banzo. Maybe I'll do a review on that later. Anyway, so we're going to be making chicken spaghetti. And this review is a twofer because I just got this nifty like baking thing that I'm just dying to try out. It's a Copper Chef induction pot, and it has the stove top, or the countertop heating appliance. So I'm going to use this, you know. And here's the box. I just picked it up from Sam's Club today. It was only $39. You can see, I'll leave a clip for this. The Copper Chef Pro Precision Induction Cooktop with bonus 9.5-inch casserole fry pan. So, you know, I didn't want to buy fancy stuff just to do YouTube videos, but this is kind of a necessity because it's really hard to cook over there on my big 5-burner stove, and I don't have a lot of free counter space over there, so it was really hard propping up the camera. So when I want to do simple things, I can do them right here, and I have my pan. And it was only 40 bucks. I mean, we spend more than that going to the movies every week. It's ridiculous. Okay, so as you can see, I'm wrapping this. I'm gonna wash out the pan, and then we're gonna get started on our meal. Look at this. I love shiny new things. Gets me in trouble. As I said, we're going to be making chicken spaghetti. I have never made this before. I've only eaten it once. Someone brought it to a kind of a potluck event that we were having. I tried it, and it was the most delicious thing I have ever eaten. Well, I mean, I'm being hyperbolic, of course, but it was very good. And I looked up the recipe when I got home and thought that I was gonna make it. And then I saw all of the ingredients, which consisted of Velveeta, sour cream, cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, about 2 or 3 cups of shredded cheese, butter, pasta, and the calories per serving was something ridiculous, like 690 or something per little square. And my heart broke because I'm trying to lose weight. So I knew I couldn't have just a big casserole of this sitting around. And lately I've been thinking about this. It's getting cold here in Maryland, and I just want comfort food. So yeah, it was this is something that I'm trying. I just looked at the recipe and thought that I could probably lighten it up a little bit, without sacrificing too much flavor. I think that when you go to try to lighten up recipes, most of the time the flavor is okay, but the texture kind of suffers. So we're gonna work on the texture, and if this is some big flaming hot disaster, you guys will never see this video. If it turns out reasonably okay, and I can get the calories down and I can make it relatively figure friendly, then yeah, it's a go. I'm gonna grab my oil and I'll be right back. I have my pasta water boiling. I have one of those quick boil settings, so it'll come to boil pretty fast. So I just turned that on, and I'm going to add in just a teaspoon of oil. This looks like it's non-stick, so I don't anticipate that I'll need a lot of oil. I'm just gonna put in here an onion, a small onion that I chopped yesterday. Oh, this is hot. Very small. So if you want to follow this recipe, maybe half of a medium onion or something like that. And I'm going to turn the heat down on this because my smoke alarm is right there and we don't want any problems. This is pretty cool. This is going to help a lot. It's kind of loud, but what are you going to do? So I'm going through now, and just in my head, I'm thinking about the recipes that, or not the recipes, but the ingredients that I'm going to replace here. And I think that, so I decided to do this. I'm going to use cream of cheddar cheese soup in place of Velveeta. I'm going to stick with the cream of chicken, but I'm replacing it with the healthy request variety. We're still going to keep, of course, the Rotel. That was an essential ingredient. I'm going to use some reduced fat 4 cheese from Sargento. It's really the only reduced fat cheese I like. It actually tastes pretty normal, so we're going to use that. That's pretty brown. I'm going to put that to low. And basically we're just going to be dumping everything in here, and I'll let you know what we do. So first is the cream of chicken. Let's see, is there anything else I want to put in here? Oh, I want to just I have some squash that I made yesterday in the oven. I'm going to add that to here. The chicken spaghetti is really creamy and really cheesy, and I know that I really can't expect to get that kind of cheesy consistency and flavor, but you can try. And for me, squash, with in particular Red Kuri squash, which I love, is definitely it gives body to certain casserole dishes without affecting the flavor. You know, I'm not really one to obsessed about vegetables and things like that. I just focus on one thing really, and that is calories. But sometimes you do need vegetables, and so I try to sneak in squash and things like that whenever I can. And this is really good because it's not too sweet like a butternut squash or something. It's just, it reminds me of a sweet potato, but not even that sweet. I really like it, and I think that it'll work well in this particular dish and go a long way to giving us that texture, that thick, creamy texture that we need, because we're not putting in, a whole box of Velveeta and 2 cups of cheese and everything else. Okay. So I added in the cream of chicken and the cream of cheese, and now we're going to add in our Rotel. I don't know if we need the whole can, we'll see. No, I think that half of the can will work fine here. And we're gonna bring that temp up to about 200. I'm actually getting the hang of this. Medium high. And now I'm going to add the squash. Before I add the squash, I'm going to add the fettuccine. I think I'm going to do the whole bag. Yeah, I think the whole bag will work. We'll see. I just started off with half the bag, and if I need more, it'll only take a couple of minutes to boil some more. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. Now I'm going to add the squash. gonna wash my hands. I'll be back. Getting this squash in here. It's looking good, actually. I ain't mad at this. Don't know if this will taste like the chicken spaghetti that I want, but I think this is gonna be good. We'll see. Flavor-wise, so now I'm gonna add. Okay. Now I'm going to add some spices, and I'm gonna add some garlic. I'm gonna add some onion powder. I should have added fresh garlic to this. I forgot. I'll do it next time. But if you're cooking this at home, do some garlic. Time trying this or making this. I'm gonna just taste it because it does have that canned soup, which can be a little salty. Let's just taste it. It's actually very good. It tastes like a butternut squash soup almost. It's really good. Wow, I'm on to something. Okay, so some garlic powder. I'm gonna put some seasoning salt in there. I don't know why, I just do. I'm pretty sure I tasted seasoning salt in that, ladies. It was good. It was so good. Oh my god. I'm gonna put some Tuscan seasoning, which is Italian seasoning from Penske's. I love Penske's. Support that company if you can. And also from Penske's crushed red hot pepper. Salty. Needed some. Probably some pepper as well in here. Oh, that smells good. It's good. Okay, I'm gonna let that simmer just for a couple of minutes. I'm gonna check out my pasta. Okay, so the pasta is right at al dente. Tastes like pasta. A little tad bit. Has that, if you're familiar, it has that kind of a fiber feel to your mouth. So this is the chicken I have. This is a regular rotisserie chicken. This is from Sam's Club or Costco or somewhere. I don't think it tastes much like what she made, but it's very good. It's very good. I'm gonna add some cream cheese. This is reduced fat cream cheese. I'm gonna add about 4 tablespoons. Let that hang out while I open up this chicken and get it. I'm going to use the equivalent of 1 breast. These chickens from pep stores are huge. I can typically stretch it out over a couple of meals because it's just me, myself, and my husband who eat this. So I'm just going to mash this all in. I think this can use some liquid. So I'm going to add some non-fat milk to this, or low fat, or whatever you have. Cream actually would work well in here too, but I'm trying to keep the calories low, so we're just going to go for this. Making this for myself, I would just be happy with the 1 chicken breast, but my husband has to eat this and he needs his protein. He is not on any kind of diet. He does not watch what he eats. He doesn't have So I'm gonna add in for him one more chicken breast because he wouldn't be happy with this at all. Oh, and I forgot, we're also gonna add some broccoli to this. See, gonna make this nice and wholesome. We're from California, Southern California, and so yeah, I'm not feeling these cold seasons at all. They're fine, they're fun until the snow comes, then it's not fun anymore, but I'm freezing and I just need some comfort food. We're trying to buy a car. We're not trying to, but we're buying a car. We actually get it tomorrow, and that's always stressful. And that's all you can think about. Okay, I think this is done. I'm gonna turn this off now. So the only thing I don't like about this is that it's not a big enough pan. I'm gonna have to, before I put the pasta in here, I'm gonna have to transfer it to another pot, which kind of sucks. And I have my pasta here. I'm gonna just check it I've done this. I'm gonna take the pasta out. I'm gonna set it on top of here. And then I'm going to put the pasta in here. And I'm gonna blanch the broccoli in that water for a few minutes. And then we can this is definitely enough pasta there. Then we can mix everything up in this pasta pot, and that should work. Now this is definitely enough pasta. It might even be a little bit too much, we'll see. Not a huge pasta can, but we need it for this. I'm gonna throw the broccoli in here. Okay, I'm back. I thought I had it recording, but I didn't, so I'm gonna go over this one more time. I got some breadcrumbs, regular breadcrumbs, plain, and I took about 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons. Half a cup would have been too much, 1/4 cup wasn't enough, so I added 2 tablespoons and 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs plus 2 tablespoons of melted light butter. I use Land O'Lakes light butter, and I use the stick kind. You can use the kind in a tube. I use that sometimes and everything comes out fine. And I melted the butter, then added the breadcrumbs in this little paper bowl, because that's how we roll around here. And I added some parsley flakes, some dry parsley flakes. Doesn't affect the taste at all, but you know how we do, how black folks do. We like our parsley flakes. And so then I got a big pot or a big pan, and I'm going to put everything in here. I'm a little nervous that this might be a little bit too much pasta, so I'm going to take some out and put it on a plate, and then I'll add it in. I also got my casserole dish out, and I boiled that. The noodles out. I don't even like calling them noodles. It just comes out that way sometimes. Okay, I think that's good. Now we're going to just pour these in here. So I have my plate here, and let me turn up this one. I have my plate here, and this is ready to go. Let me grab a spoon. It's really good. Now this is the end of the video. I just got a text message from my husband. He's on his way home. So he's gonna have this when he gets here. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening. I hope you try out this recipe. It's really, really good. You know, just kind of take it as you go. Add stuff, take stuff out, whatever. This is good. This is going in the binder, in the recipe binder. So anyway, have a good evening, have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. So I'm back, and I put the food in the oven, and yeah. So two things. Let's first start with, I was gonna end the video, but then I remembered that I'm kind of doing a review here. Let's start with the Copper Chef Induction Cooktop. I actually really like this. This came in handy. I'm cleaning it, and I'm using some glass cleaner, Windex, and it cleans pretty easily. I have the copper pot. It's soaking over there. It really doesn't need to soak because I rinsed it and everything basically came off that I just cooked. This is very good this is gonna come in handy on Thanksgiving. I already know it. I do have a 5-burner stove, but sometimes that's not enough. Or sometimes I need more than the one huge burner that I have over there. Here I can use this. I can put a big pot on here. What came with it, it's not a very, it's a decent size, but I think that I would probably get a big pot to put on here have more variety in my cooking with this. This is something that you will see a lot of cooks and chefs they're using when they're making their videos, and that's fine for them. I don't know that the average home cook needs this, but at $40, I don't think that this is a waste of money at all. I mean, we buy pots for that much, you know. So I would definitely recommend this. I'm gonna use it a few more times. It's definitely good for me because I'm just starting my YouTube hobby right now, and this is helping me actually communicate more with the audience and do segments like this, because I would not have been able to do this without this induction cooktop. So if you have a YouTube channel, or you like to record videos for your website or for Facebook or Instagram or anything else, this is something that you should probably invest in if you like doing cooking videos, and it would definitely help you. So I would recommend it for that. Downside is that it is an induction cooktop, which means you can only use induction pots and pans with this. I think that you might, I don't know if it's only Copper Chef. I'll have to check. I only plan to get maybe 2 pans to go on top of this, so if it has to be Copper Chef, I'm not gonna be too concerned with it. But yeah, that's the downside to all induction cooktops, is that you have to buy special pans to use it with, because it conducts heat once the pan is on top, and all the other sciencey stuff that I really don't understand. Just know that you need special pans for this thing. It's small, it's portable, it's not heavy at all. I just finished cooking on it and it's not hot, so that's excellent. Yeah, I really like this. I will do a follow-up if you guys remind me in a couple of months, just to let you know how it's doing, but hopefully you'll see it in more videos so you can see for yourself. As far as the pasta goes, I really don't need to do a huge taste test or anything. I tasted it, it tastes fine. It's let me grab the bag, but it's very good. I would definitely recommend it if you're on a diet, if you're doing low carb, low calorie, Weight Watchers, anything like that. This is definitely gonna aid you in weight loss if you're addicted to pasta. I recommend the and this is a good thing, because the Impostable pasta, it has so much fiber in it that once it's cooked all the way, it has this mushy consistency, and it kind of disintegrates in your mouth the minute you take a bite of it. So for that reason alone, I would not recommend that. And let me grab it so you guys can just see how it looks. Recommend with reservations. Like I said, it will disintegrate in your mouth. Not very good if you want just some pasta with some sauce poured over it. You're better off sticking with this or the Fiber Gourmet. Just if your calories are super restricted, and some days mine are, because brownies, movie theater popcorn, okay, some days I just need to go back and get back on the wagon. That's where stuff like this comes in, where it's just, you have to eat and you want something. This helps. Stuff like this helps. Not something I would serve to guests. I definitely would not serve this to my husband, but I eat this. What I used to like to do is, when I make my reduced calorie macaroni and cheese, half this, half gourmet, Fiber Gourmet. That way I get the texture and consistency and the look of regular macaroni and cheese, but the bulk of it is this, so it's less pasta that I have to use, less calories, less carbs and everything, and that is absolutely excellent combination. Definitely recommend that. I would use this on Thanksgiving. I would not serve this to guests. Okay? All right. So I'll just say bye, and I'll see you next time.